What's up, all you gamers out there? So I decided, you know what, I was going to do a little bit more with my ability to put on a podcast. And I actually was going to open this up for other people, because pretty much everybody has a cell phone that has a camera on it. And maybe we could start doing a little bit of banter back and forth via this, whether it be a few minutes or a few seconds. And everybody has a YouTube account, or you can get one. It's pretty easy, and to upload a video is even easier. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. So if not, anyways, I did this one time and that's it. But aside from my weekly podcast, maybe I'll start coming on here and talking some game to all the teams or just one team. But I was asked not to do so much of the baseball trivia, but more along the lines of our current fantasy stats and stuff like that. So, having said that, I have had a running trend for maybe the past 2 or 3 years, and it definitely caught on fire last year, and this year we're picking right back up where we left off, and that is, fuck you, Chris, and that's what I'm entitling this. Fuck you, Chris. So, I play Chris next week, and you know what? I started doing a little bit of homework on your fucking ass. And, I gotta call bullshit on you. Yet again. So, last season, I was talking a whole bunch of shit about your whole little fucking KBB bullshit. It was a statistic that I didn't understand, you couldn't explain it, and therefore you got rid of the shit. So then you come back this year, and you got this little save plus hold shit. So I started researching your team, and I started researching mainly your pitching staff. And I pretty much have already called you out once on your batting stuff, because you've got like only one person on your freaking team that has only one position. That's Billy Hamilton. The only reason he's on your fucking team anyways in the first place is because if he does get on base, he's going to steal for you. So that's really the only reason that you probably went after Billy Hamilton in the first place. And because the other guy that you traded my wife for, which I get called bullshit on, is because that guy doesn't even play every fucking game. But Billy Hamilton, for the most part, does, because they want him to get on base because he's got speed. So, anyways, having said that, you can play pretty much half your bench roster, which is, slightly reduced since the beginning of the season, but you can pretty much play them almost at any position except for first base, which you have like Buster Posey, Mark Trumbo, Mark Reynolds, Brandon Bell, Steven Piscotty, and Will Myers that can all play first base. I mean, who the fuck has that many people? But anyways, I digress. Having said all that shit, I went and I looked at your pitching staff because I'm like, you know what? He just beat Eric, and this was a pretty close matchup, but Eric's got some pretty good pitchers. And yeah, I've known who you've had all season: Madison Bumgarner, Clayton Kershaw, and Steven Strasburg. Now, ask yourself this one question out there, gamers, league players. Would any fucking team out there, hold on, would any pro baseball team have only 3 fucking starting pitchers on their roster? Any? No. Thank you for answering that question. You want to know why? Number one, because starting pitchers, let's face it, they need more rest than relief pitchers do, right? Of course they do, because they pitch longer into the game. As long as they're not giving up runs and as long as they're not fucking up, then pitchers tend to let them go as far as and deep as they can into a game, regardless of if their team has the win, is tied, losing, whatever. It doesn't matter. So little Chris went out there and got the number 1 pitcher in the league, Clayton Kershaw. Now, yeah, he was ranked right behind Zach Greinke last year, but he's been pretty highly ranked, and everyone would probably agree, because I also say it on my freaking podcast, that Clayton Kershaw is the number 1 rated pitcher in the league. So, again, having said that, I started doing a little research. Hey, buddy, guess what you have 3 pitchers of? Not fucking AL pitchers, meaning American League pitchers. You have NL League pitchers. So I did a little research on NL and AL League. Well, first of all, 3 NL pitchers are on your team, which I just said that. In 2015, okay, NL, meaning the National League, had 7 of the top 10 teams with strikeouts. 7. So, you may be asking, what does that mean, Casey? What are you trying to say? Well, what I'm trying to say is if you have 3 NL pitchers and they're pitching in the National League, they're going to get more opportunities against people that are, or teams that are in their league to pitch against them. And guess what? Clayton Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner, and Steven Strasburg all pitch in the National League, and therefore they pitch against teams that strike out more. So what are you going to have more of? Strikeouts. Also, what you're going to have more is walk hits to innings pitched, because when you're striking more people out, you're going to go deeper into the freaking game. Oh, and then I went a little bit further, and there was 10 of the top 15 teams in that same year were NL teams. So there was only 5 teams in the top 15 teams that were the highest of strikeout teams. And that was in 2015. And in 2014, the top 6 of 10 were NL teams. So it's like a consistent running that National League teams pretty much strike out a little bit more than AL teams. I wonder if this is on purpose or just coincidence that they just thought of this. Nope, I don't think so. Anyways, so then I looked at AL teams. Did you know that AL teams, the top 9 of 15 last year, had the most hits? So again, that to me would sound like that the AL teams obviously get more hits. So why would you want a pitcher that pitches in the AL league? Because they're going to give up more hits. Probably why he only went after National League teams. AL teams also get more chances at wins. Thus why now we're switching to the relief pitchers. AL teams get more chances at wins because they're obviously driving in more runs. Hello, people. Listen up. Listen. That's why he probably has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 relief pitchers all pitching in the American League. Ramirez, Colomé, they pitch for the Tampa Bay Rays, American League. Bettensees, Miller, the New York Yankees, and he's got Aroldis Chapman fixing to come back too. He now plays for the Yankees. Britton for Baltimore Orioles, and May for Minnesota, the Twins. He went out there and decided, you know what, this sounds like a really good idea. Might want to throw in somebody that just pitches in the AL because, oh my goodness. So he's got National League starting pitchers. Why? Because National League players, or batters rather, strike out more. And he's got AL team relief pitchers. Why? Because, their teams drive in more runs and give more opportunities for saves. And then my last thing, and then I'll leave you alone, Chris. Holds is not an official Major League Baseball statistic. So I don't really like it. Now that I looked it up, holds has nothing to do with baseball, really, statistically. So this is a problem for me to agree that you continue to leave holds in place after this season. Now, I will agree with saves, but you, sir, you made this up. You're the commissioner of the league, and you, sir, said that saves plus holds is a reason to actually have relief pitchers, and you're going to prove to all of us this season, your words, not mine, that you wanted to prove to the rest of the league that you were going to make relief pitchers actually relevant to the rest of us. Well, I'm not seeing the relevancy because relief pitchers only set up for saves. Now, to get a hold, you need to read the research on how it is that actually a relief pitcher can even get a hold. It's like just completely asinine. They have to get at least one out. That's not a strikeout that they have to get. They actually just have to come into the game and get an out. That is ridiculous. That's why you have pitchers that are only pitching .1 of an inning, one out, and then they get a hold. That is freaking ridiculous. That's why I think, in my own words, this is only your league, your game to lose because you're the one who set it up. Because the rest of us are fucked. Okay? Fucked. Because of you. Fuck you, Chris. Fuck you.